standing next to me is an Olympic gold medalist, women's hockey player, a world championship gold medalist, and now an academic All-America Hall of Famer. Just start us off with telling us what this award means to you.
It's a tremendous honor, obviously, getting the opportunity to compete at Harvard University, won a national championship there, but also pursued my studies, with a lot of interest, and really always valued academics and athletics in that combination. So to be honored, I graduated a few years ago, to be able to come back here and be a part of a really, really distinguished class in the alumni. I'm just so thrilled and humbled.
During your playing days at Harvard, could you have ever imagined that your career would have blossomed into what it did, and you would have accomplished all these things?
No, I mean, when I was at Harvard, learned a lot of great life lessons. Was really just focused one day at a time, one game at a time, one practice at a time, one class at a time, and tried to, be really focused and dedicated to that place. And I never could have envisioned, all the success I would have had, whether in the Olympics or now outside of class and work. But I always look back fondly at the experiences I had at Harvard, and it definitely shaped me as a person, and I know I'll carry that with me for the rest of my life.
You were a pioneer in not only women's hockey, but men's hockey as well, and just talk about how the game has changed and maybe how it's grown since you first started playing.
There are about 5,000 girls and women registered in the United States about the time I started. Since that time, there's almost 80,000 now. When I started, there was no NCAA women's hockey, there was no Olympic women's hockey, there was no professional women's hockey. Now we have all of those things. So really, really fortunate that I grew up in an era where, I just benefited right before, I'm right on the cusp of the pioneers, all the work the pioneers did before me. So I think our sport will continue to grow. I'd love to see it on TV more. If anyone can make that happen, I know they can. One of my favorite role models in the world, Billie Jean King, always says, if you can see it, you can be it. And so getting our sport out there more with a wider television audience, I think will inspire a whole new generation of young players.
Angela Ruggiero, thank you so much for being here, and it's a tremendous honor to watch you receive this award.
Thank you very much.
And now we'll leave you with her very well done acceptance conversation with our MC tonight, Reese Davis.
Angela, we just heard your extraordinary career on the ice. Very few people get to experience the thrill of winning an Olympic gold. What was that moment like for you?
It's something I continue to chase in 3 subsequent Olympics. But to hear your national anthem being played and to see your flag being raised, and obviously hockey, a team sport, getting to do it with 19 other teammates is definitely a feeling I'll never forget, and something that I'm just so happy I was able to experience in my playing career. And I hope many, many athletes get in their careers.
I'm sure that. How quickly did you know you were good?
I had my ups and downs. I mean, I was cut from teams because I was a girl and had that sort of stigma attached, but it actually made me better. And when I came to the East Coast, where there was girls hockey when I was 14, that's when I realized I was pretty good. Because I've been playing years and years on boys hockey, not having women in the Olympics to sort of compare and contrast myself with, and obviously on the West Coast, not even seeing college hockey. So it wasn't until I came to the East, recognized that I actually have a chance of making an Olympic team, and that's when I set my sights on Nagano.
What's the biggest change you've seen during your time in the acceptance, I guess, in the mainstream or maybe among male sports fans of women's sports?
I have my teeth, so that I think recognizing just the pure athleticism of elite athletes, and it's not only about giving them the same opportunity to play, it's also about giving them the same resourcing, because when you have female athletes, male athletes, whatever, that get to compete as an elite athlete for many, many years, into their 20s or 30s, you see that game elevate continuously. And so I feel blessed. I'm here in the U.S. with the U.S. Olympic Committee and played for USA Hockey for many years. And a lot of countries don't have that option to compete and have all this unbelievable opportunity in the NCAA, for example. So I travel around the world with the International Olympic Committee, and I got to do sport and academics. And these young athletes around the world don't have both. So to be able to give back and to see the options available for young women here that get to do sports and academics, or young men, again, I just feel so blessed to be here.
Now, I could ask this really of any of your fellow inductees tonight, but given the academic reputation of Harvard, I think you're a great person to answer this question. Occasionally, you'll hear people say that maybe because of the occasional story we'll hear about academic malfeasance or whatever, that maybe we would be better off with a system the way they approach it in other countries, where you have club sports for people who want to pursue athletics, and then you have the university. What benefit do you see from our system of athletics being, in some ways, even when you don't have to cross the Charles River, being interwoven into our higher educational system?
To me, sports is a version of education. And to live in this system and have benefited from this system, I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. Again, having the opportunity at whatever university you're at to pursue academics and not be limited because you're a good athlete. Because that's really what the message you're sending. If you're good at athletics, you shouldn't be afforded the opportunity to pursue your academics, which we all know, unfortunately, one day you have to stop being an athlete. It's really hard. And then you have to get a real job, which is even harder. And so to make sure our young athletes are pushed every day to recognize one day, whether it's something you want or not, you're going to have to be out in the real world, and plenty other passions out there that you can pursue. And so I just think we should continue to push our student athletes to pursue both.
Certainly you set a remarkable example for them, whether male or female. Angela, congratulations on this honor.